just because I knew how difficult it will be, and it is. And I was seeing the faces of each and every one of you that took the time this evening to come and say goodbye. Madame Gabrielle, thank you for being here. All the distinguished guests, friends, colleagues, partners of the embassy, of me personally, thank you for being with us this evening. I'm getting very emotional, but I will try to make it quick because I do want to share a few things with you. You know, now towards ending my term, there is this sense of reflection, of trying to see and remember how it all began. And I have to go back to the first day that I arrived in Bulgaria for the first time in my life. October 2021, a very gray, cold, windy, rainy day. The first thing that I thought is, what am I doing here? As a person who was born in the summer, hosted in Central Africa and Central America, a beach lover. My husband is a surfer. I really thought, what is this? I don't know if I will even get along. But it was only with time, when I was so well received at the embassy with the amazing staff and colleagues, only with time when I slowly began to get to know this place even better. The people, the culinary, the views, the nature. I realized it's the warmth of the people. And very quickly, I felt this is where exactly I should be. So I want to take the opportunity to thank all the colleagues at the embassy who made my journey so special. Adelina, somewhere there. Aneta, hoping that she entered, hello. Each and every one of you. It has been a tremendous pleasure. And I really want to thank you for all your support, your partnership, the good work, the teamwork. I've learned a lot from you, so thank you. And you know, for us, for me personally, as an Israeli diplomat, knowing that this past year was extremely hard on my country, until this day, being in a country that is so supportive, tolerant, knowing that I can be outside, I can speak Hebrew, I can be a proud Israeli, knowing that I am accepted and well accepted. So I want to thank all of you for giving us that sense and that support. And as Ambassador mentioned, Naama Levy, a hostage that shares exactly the same name. I have the freedom of flying Friday morning back to Israel. She doesn't have that privilege. So I also want to take this opportunity to invite you to take a picture with a special banner that we dedicated for her, with a visual, two visuals. First, of her as a 19-year-old, happy, having all of her future in front of her, thinking about the future. That the other image is of her the same day, October 7th, that Black Saturday, that day in which she was kidnapped, with her hands cuffed, with her pants stained with blood. So I want to reach out and request to take a picture with Naama, to raise your voice that she has to be released along with the other 114 hostages. And I want to raise a toast. I hope you all have drinks. First of all, I want to thank two special people. My partner in crime, Bova, who I think really without his support, I wouldn't be able to have this job and to work sometimes in a very intense pace. And actually, I promised him, I guarantee that I would not mention that he has a birthday today, so I'm not mentioning it. You haven't heard this, but I want to thank him for all his support. It will be very hard for him, for me, for our two daughters who can fluently speak Bulgarian by now, to say goodbye to this beautiful country. The other special thanks is to my boss. I had the honor and privilege to be your deputy. I thank you for everything that you brought into our embassy, into our work, your dedication, hard work, your creative but no limits I've learned a lot from you, and I really appreciate the time we spent together. And as the ambassador mentioned, it's such a difficult time to our country. I want to raise a toast, actually, to each and every one of you. Because if something that we have learned in the past almost 10 months is that freedom should not be taken for granted. We should appreciate it. We should all strive for better days. So I want to raise a toast to each and every one of you. Thank you for coming this evening. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you. Seeing all of you tonight, I feel complete. My heart is filled with joy and love. So let's toast to that. To always be happy, with good health, and for better days. Thank you for coming. Toda. Thank you.